Before seeking treatment, some of the symptoms that I were having were lower back pain, which radiated away down my right leg. That's also known as sciatic pain as well. So most of the time I would get those type of sensories would be when I'm standing or walking for long distances. That's usually when I would get that radiating pain, and it was quite an intense pain. Acupuncture is something that I've been very much familiar with for the longest of time. It had a certain mystique that many people, I'm sure, didn't know. It was something that where you're laying on a slab punctured with needles. That was my original concept of what acupuncture was. So I've known about it for a very long time. The first things that I was actually worried about is raising hopes and expectations. I've been dealing with my affliction for a long time, 5 years plus, and when you're dealing with a lot of chronic pain, you learn not to raise your expectations. So not being so knowledgeable as to what acupuncture actually was outside of the outward appearance, my concerns were mainly getting my hopes high and then getting disappointed again. And keep in mind, I've run the gambit of everything from physical therapy to chiropractic work, even on to surgery, and all of those times I've raised my hopes and expectations and been disappointed. So that was my biggest fear. I think the thing that people are probably most worried most about is basically the fear of the needles or the instrument, if you may. You see a person laying there with all these things sticking out from them, these instruments sticking out from them. So there's that sense that there's going to be a lot of pain probably with someone who is subjected to that kind of thing. But me being prior Air Force, I am used to needles. I'm used to those inoculation guns. So those things were never a main fear for me. But I think that's probably what most people would probably fear. From the moment that I met Dr. Anis, he made me feel very, very comfortable. His bright smile, his cheerful disposition, that brought on a very, very welcomed, calming feeling, because I was a little nervous, to be honest with you, when I first agreed to undergo acupuncture. I didn't know what to expect. And I've already mentioned earlier about my fear of raising my expectations, but immediately he made me feel at ease. With the treatment I have I have received very incredible improvements in regards to a lot of my pain. That's not to say that I'm totally pain-free, but I would say probably 60–70% of my life has been restored thanks to the treatment that I've been receiving with Dr. Anis. Most of my pain has gone away, including when I'm standing and walking for long distances. I'm able to do a lot of things that I wasn't able to do before. If someone is on the fence, what I would suggest to them as far as acupuncture treatment, do this before you try anything else. Most of all, surgery. Surgeries are irreversible, and it's hard to get your stamina back. Certainly the scarring, things of that sort that are associated with surgery, you don't get that with acupuncture. Acupuncture came to me at a point where I had tried just about everything, and hindsight being 20/20, I wish I had tried acupuncture first. And so that's what I would say to my fellow friends and those friends who I haven't met yet. If they're on the fence about this, try acupuncture first. And like I said, you might be amazed with the results.